Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take. Look behind your back. Chase a light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers. Standing in this hate. Going louder, we are all one color. Standing in their way. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Shadows, shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers. Standing in their shade. Going louder, we are all one color. Standing in their way.
I wonder what went wrong today, eh? Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say, eh? To say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm. Now we won't go back home today, eh? Until the very last hour. We still got few more days to slay, eh? It's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard, and I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Reaching for the stars. I wonder where you are. Oh.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed, a life destroyed.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the round of 16 of the VPG World Cup for Pro Clubs. My name is George Overton, and we are here for England versus Tunisia. Should be a fantastic game. We've just got the players waiting to get ready into lobby, and then we'll be getting set up and ready to go. But while we are waiting for this, we might as well have a quick look at the teams before we get into game. So let's have a quick look at the Tunisia side first. We've got Amin in goal, Ayari, Jaffor, and Madi Damak in the centre-back roles. Oh my word, stuttering like anything today. Anas, Hamza, and Madi in the centre-mid roles. Kais and Hamidou in the left-mid and right-mid position. Tua and Huba at the striker roles. For England, we don't quite have their lineup yet, but once they are done with their warm-up game, we'll go into their lobby and we will have a look from there at who is going to be in their team today. There are a few changes. I have seen a few of them already. I think we have Kenny coming in at the centre-back role. I'm not too sure who else we have. But yeah, England versus Tunisia. England have done a really good job to get to this point in the tournament, but Tunisia are going to be a real test. And with some of the rotation of players coming through, if players can't play, if they couldn't make it, we are going to have to see whether they can perform to the level that they really want to, England, because, like I said, they have performed well so far in the tournament. The group stage, it took them 1 week to get back into their usual run of flow of things, but they managed to do so after 1 week, and then from there on, they've really just been walking through everybody. They've just been tearing through the opposition. And here today, Tunisia, well, they stand in front of them if they want to get to the quarterfinals and go further on in this tournament. We shall have to see. They've just finished with their little warm-up game against Finland. They managed to win this week, and the players are now getting into their role. So you guys can enjoy this little videotape of what the VPG World Cup is all about, and then we'll be right back and we'll break down that England team.
I'm really killed this one, bruh.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. England versus Tunisia time. The players are all in lobby and just about ready to go. Let's go and have a look at the England lineup before we do indeed get into the first game of the evening. So, as you can see there, it is going to be starting from top to bottom this time. Let's switch it up a little bit. Shells, KD7 and LR Season in the cam and striker role. No changes really there. Well, Shells comes back in from last week. Wasn't able to play last week, but has done a good performance so far in the tournament. So we'll have to see how he gets on tonight. We've got here Dookie in the left mid role and Hurtist in the right mid. Mensa and Love Jinx, no changes there. No really real changes in the midfield today. So a fairly similar lineup. I think Mensa's coming back in actually into the CDM role. We've also got Ace, Scorpion and Herefield. Kenny coming into the squad for the first time in this tournament. Unable to get a start as of yet, but he is getting his first game today. I think he plays for QPR, if I am right in saying, or he definitely did at one point. And then HMH Gamer in goal as usual. So that is the team. That is how England are lining up this week. Well, this was last week's team. So if you wanted to kind of see where things have changed, KD7 Ray was in there last week. We had Myrtle in the left mid role last week as well. And we are missing Joe this week. So yeah, a few changes compared to last week, but I don't think it should be anything that rocks this team too much. They're a very solid team, you know, very good communication. They have a very sound understanding of how they want to play. They like the pressing football, making sure they keep hold of possession. And yeah, the invite should be coming through very, very soon. So thank you very much for standing by. I do apologise for the delay on the match start time. Like I said, there were a few players that were unable to make it today. So there have been a few chops and changes before we were ready to go live. But we are just about good and ready to go. So England versus Tunisia. It should be a tough game, but like I've said already, this England team, so solid defensively going forward. Just everything there, just such a solid team, and especially in the defensive department, they rarely concede goals. They are a very tight unit. You know, the left mid, the right mid's coming back to help on the defence. The CDMs always seem to be there, ready to step in to help that back line. And as you can see, the players just choosing their kits before we do indeed get into the game. Tunisia don't actually have a kit in FIFA, it would seem, so they are going to be going for the Frankfurt kit, the white home strip, and England going to be going with the red away kit this time around. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for waiting and standing by. But it seems like we are finally ready to go. England versus Tunisia, and it is live. The VPG World Cup. Let's see who can take this one. Starting off with the usual, send the ball forward, try and get it to the strikers for England. Unable to work this time, but they managed to hold on to possession. Dookie on the ball. Hamidou cuts it out very nicely. Tunisia, nice switch of play. All the way out wide to Carcass. Ayari now on the ball. Much slower approach to the start of the game from Tunisia. Opting to make sure they can retain that possession. Herefield with a nice header to cut out that pass forward. Okay, so it seems we have had a little bit of an issue with maybe a few players disconnecting and whatnot. So we are going to throw it to a very quick break just while we do indeed wait for the players to get back into their positions. And then we'll bring back the game for you once it's ready to go once again. It should only be a couple of moments, so stand by. We'll be with you soon.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the VPG World Cup round of 16. It's England versus Tunisia. I'm sorry for the delays and the disconnect, but unfortunately something that we couldn't help in this situation. But it seems like all the players are ready and in game, ready to go. It's England versus Tunisia. Tunisia brought the ball forward there quite dangerously. England had to make sure they won the ball. Mensah intercepts the ball to her with the pass. Shells will regain possession for England. It'll be an advantage played by the referee, but unfortunately could not take advantage of it there. England chose not to call it back for the free kick. Chose to try and make something happen. Hamadou looks to play the ball into the middle. Dookie wins it back, but unfortunately does give it away. Hamadou still on the ball. Dookie cuts it out once again, sends it forward for this England attack, the star-studded England attack to really run at the Tunisia defence here. KD7 on the ball, Hurtis goes for the roulette, almost draws the foul. And that will indeed go out for an England corner. Let's see if they're going to go for the usual tactics. Harefield usually runs, okay, it's not going to be Harefield this time. It's going to be Kenny running at that near post, knocks it on to a Scorpion with the overhead kick. Harefield, the captain, finds the first goal of the game, and that is the one that England were looking for as early as possible. And could it have come from a better person than the captain himself? It will go down as an own goal, but Harefield will be taking that one. He'll be saying, you know what, I'll take that. That is my goal. Created by Kenny, the overhead kick from a Scorpion, and Tunisia not too sure what's going on here. Hamza, Hamadou, Huber for Tunisia. Down this right-hand side once again. Hams. Pass back to Hamadou. Mados now. And Love Jinx can cut out the ball. And once again, England look to come forward with pace, with purpose. LR Season, lovely bit of ball control. Nice bit of dribbling. Wins the ball back. Gets it to Shells. Can't quite find the pass to Dookie. Jaffour can cut it out. Dookie, though, doing really well defensively. Wins the ball back so often. And also gets back to do their defensive duties. Huber. Now it's Tuha on the ball. Herefield with the interception. And the ball just pinging around at the minute like a pinball machine. But England will come out with possession at the end of it. Shells. KD7 makes a nice run. There is a run outside if he wants to use it. Can't quite find him. Jaffour with another great tackle. But the pass not that good. England win it back once again. It seems like England have had another disconnect. I think it might be Love Jinx. He has indeed reconnected. So we're all good there. Ayari wins the header. Mensah with the return. Shells knocks it down, touches it down. Can he look for the shot? Maybe just one too many turns. The shot potential, it opened up. Chose not to take it on. Tunisia now looking to try and find something here in this game. Yet to trouble HMH Gamer in goal. But it is so difficult to get those kind of chances against England. They're so good at pressing you out, pressing you away from the goal. And more often than not, it ends up in a switch of possession, a change of hands. Hams looks to switch the play all the way out wide to Ayari. Whips it into the box. It's a great cross. A Scorpion was there, though, to clear it away this time. Had to be aware that there was a man on his shoulder waiting for him to miss the header. So does well to clear it away. Shells. LR Season loses the ball. Hams plays it into the middle to her. Artist with a good tackle. But need to be careful here, given the way possession a lot in their own half. But that is testament to Tunisia and their fantastic pressing. Ball cleared away by the goalkeeper under a bit of pressure there. Artist throws the ball long. Tuha can touch it down. Huber now. Good tackle from Herefield. And that one will come back for a free kick. A foul on Herefield. Was taken out just as he made the pass. Hurtist. Nice bit of skill. Nice turn. Who can he find, though, on the end of this? Is he going to look to put it in the middle? No. Chooses to go back. Jinx whips it in. And Tuha wins the header down. Good tackles, though, once again from England. Making sure Tunisia don't have much opportunity to come forward, but there is a bit of space for Hamidou now to run into. Herefield trying to make sure that he keeps his defensive line, understandably. Ayari. Lovely switch of play. Shells almost gets on the end of it, but couldn't quite get there. Mados, Hamadou. Now it's Hams. Good tackle from a Scorpion, but Hamadou manages to pick the ball up here for Tunisia. Mados, Mensah cuts it out, and England get the ball back once again. And now a chance for England to look for the counter-attack. KD7, there's a good run through if he can find him. Looks for the little over-the-top chip, but doesn't really come off. Kenny with a header down to Herefield, and England looking for another attack here. It's Hurtist. Just runs straight into Huber. Huber the striker, I think. Coming back and doing his defensive part for the team. Harkas. LR Season does well to win the ball back, and it will go into touch for a throw-in, but the referee says no. Half-time whistle. Everybody can go in, have a little rest, and then we'll come back out. And well, it's been a good start to the game for England. They got the goal early on. It will go down as an own goal from Tunisia, but you've got to say it was a well-worked cross into Herefield. Oh, sorry, not Herefield at the near post. Kenny at the near post this time. Nodded on to Ace Scorpion, who looked for the overhead kick, and it just dropped down kindly for Herefield, who put as much power on it as he could, puts it in the back of the net, but did go down as an own goal due to a deflection. As you can see there, Tunisia holding a lot of possession here in this game, doing very well to hang on to the ball. England being forced to look for primarily just counter-attacks, really unable to hold on to that ball in the attacking third. But England defending well, England making sure that Tunisia don't get too many easy chances. But you've got to say that Tunisia, they will get a chance eventually. They will break through that defence eventually. But when will it come? We shall have to see. Well played by LR Season there to chase down the ball. Mensah. There is a bit of room outside on that right-hand side if they can get the ball out there, but LR Season just runs it into a bit of a hard position there to get out of. Kenny regains the ball. Nice interception. Hurtist. Forward to Shells. Shells with a nice double step over. Shells with a chance! And it's fallen to him very kindly. He ain't going to miss those opportunities. He just isn't. Given to him on an absolute plate. And that's another goal to add to Shell's collection here in the 2023 VPG World Cup. 2-0 now, England. You've got to say, maybe a little bit against the run of play. Tunisia have held the majority of possession, but England love getting these little counter-attacks off with this attacking trio of LR Season, KD7X and Shells. But Tunisia just need to stick to their guns here. They're doing the right things. They're holding on to the ball nicely. They're getting lots of passes off. Just need to try and break down that defence. Easier said than done, though. I am very aware. Look at this press from England. Just there's 5 men surrounding one player, and it does seem to be that case for both teams. Both teams seem to be pressing in a similar fashion, but Tunisia unable to break through it so far. Mados on the ball. Gives it to Hamadou. Looks for the 1-2, but maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. Doesn't seem to come off LR Season. Shells. Lovely little bit of dribbling from the main striker there, the top man. Hurtist looks to the ball roll, looks for a little bit of space. Side tackle comes in from Jinx, and it will be a play on given by the referee. Huber looks to play the ball over the top. Herefield, though, plenty of pace, does well. And the ball will go out of play, though, off the missed pass from Herefield. Love Jinx, can't quite control the ball. Chance here for Tunisia. Hams with a red time finish. You know what he was looking for. He was looking for that finesse to the back post, but couldn't quite green time it. Maybe if he did, it would have been on target. Could have potentially been a goal, but HMH Gamer stands strong and does well. LR Season. Mensah looks to the pass through to Dookie, but unfortunately the run was tracked and a good bit of defending from Lavanesi. Hams. Hamadou. LR Season once again looking for what options he has, but is chased down, pressured off of the ball. Nice ball in from Mensah, but Amin can come out and claim that fairly simply. The Tunisian goalkeeper hasn't really had many chances to show off tonight. The Tunisian goalkeeper hasn't really had many opportunities to show just how good he is in goal. Because of the chances from England, they have been very, very difficult for him to save. Ball whipped in, Kenny clears it away. Mensah gets it away once again. Carcass now on the ball. Could look to go past Herefield, but Herefield, one of the most experienced defenders in the world, doesn't allow that to happen. KD7 down this right-hand side, looking to cut it into the middle. Does well, wins the corner off of Ayari. And once again, England looking for this well-practiced, well-drilled corner. Kenny knocked into the middle. The keeper comes out to claim just about. It is always scary when England try that corner. You have to be very, very aware of what they're trying to do. And Tunisia were that time. Hurtist. KD7 to LR season. Mardos makes the tackle and does well. Hangs onto the ball. Jinx defending high up the field. Winning it back for England. Unfortunately, Hurtist just runs it into touch. And it will go out for a throw-in. A Scorpion playing quite high up the field there. Wins a header for his team and wins the ball back. But only momentarily as Tunisia look to go on the counter. As you see that the stamina bars for these Tunisian strikers, and they are so low. Huber barely got any left in the bar. He's going to be steaming once he gets off the field. Airfield. Looks for the pass out wide. Further upfield, but no one was home that time. Hurtist fires a wild pass towards Shells. KD7 running forward, finds a bit of space, looks for the pass towards Shells, but was well intercepted by the Tunisian players once again. Something that is happening quite a lot here in this game. Lots of interceptions. Tunisia defending absolutely perfectly. Unfortunately, have conceded 2 goals. England, they've done better in this second half, in my opinion. They've got the ball more often. They're doing a lot better with these counter-attacks as well. They just need to make these opportunities count. Chance for Mensah. Plays it into LRCs and Shells! Clinical as ever. That's his second one of the game, and it's England's third. Shells on for a hat-trick. In the dying embers of this match, England potentially have their nail in the coffin. Tunisia 3 goals down, and in that second leg, they are going to have to throw absolutely everything forward if they want any chance of getting back into this game. But England want more. They can smell blood in the waters. Shells coming forward, gives it to KD7. This little heel-to-heel ball roll, but can't quite make anything happen. KD7 wins it back. Shells with a lovely little bit of, well, defensive awareness to win the ball back. Shells, couple of step-overs. Can he bundle his way through? Amin does very well. Comes out to claim the defence for Tunisia there. Does very well as well. That should be the full-time whistle being blown. England going into the second leg with a 3-goal advantage. And, well, it's got to be said, England just so clinical, not giving any chances to Tunisia. And I don't care what anybody says. The straight-up facts about England here in this World Cup so far is teams just cannot break them down. Teams are just struggling to get past their press, their defending. It is really good. It is really good to watch. Tunisia, they held the better part of the percentage, better part of the possession percentage, sorry, and they held more passes, more tackles, more interceptions, but yet they just couldn't break down the defence, and that is something the teams really do need to look at going into their next game. And Tunisia, well, they've got a mountain to climb. 3-0 going into this second leg. We are going to throw it to a quick break before we do get into that second leg. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far. If you are, let me know in chat who you are supporting, who you are cheering on. But yeah, let's throw it to that break before we get into the second game of the evening. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Just tripping on day dreams, got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Shit, I'm gonna kill this one, bruh.
Guaje que se la devuelve. ¡Qué golazo! ¡Qué golazo! ¡Qué golazo! ¡Qué golazo de la selección española! ¡Qué golazo de la rojimática!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the VPG World Cup. My name is George Overton, and we're here for the second leg of England versus Tunisia. All the players are ready to go and in lobby, and I think they are just about ready to go. Send out the invites and get into game. But what a first game it was for England. 2 goals from Shells, an own goal from, I think it was Lava. And well, Hayfield will take it. He'll be saying in the team chat that was my goal that got us the 1-0 lead. But either way, Shells with 2 goals and a really good start to the game for England. 3-goal advantage going into the second leg. They're going to be very happy about that. And to be honest, can Tunisia do what no other team has done so far in the tournament and score more than 2 goals against England? That's the question. That is the real question. England, a very tough team to beat. We'll have to see if Tunisia can indeed make that happen. But the team's just about ready to get into game. They're selecting their kits. It seems like England are going to go with the red away kit once again. And it seems like Tunisia are going to go for that home kit. So let's see who is going to pick up the win and move on to the quarterfinals of the VPG Pro Clubs World Cup here. Will it be England? Will it be Tunisia? Let's find out. Starting it off with Tunisia, playing that long ball forward. Kenny with the acrobatic clearance away. Now, there's one thing that Tunisia just need to do a little bit better here in this game. It's just make the most of that possession. Make the most out of the amount of possession they had in that first half of the last game. I think they had something like 62% possession, 63% possession in that first leg of the first half. First half of the first leg, sorry. England, though, looking to make these counter-attacks happen once again. Shells coming forward. Nice bit of skill from him to send the defender the other way. Great pass as well. Hurtis through, on, goal. And it doesn't matter how many keepers you have in your net for that one. Hurtis with a green time power finish. You just ain't going to miss that. You are not going to save that as a goalkeeper. England 4-0 on aggregate. 1 goal ahead. They get their early goal once again. And now it's all on Tunisia to throw absolutely everything forward if they want a chance of staying in this trophy, in this cup, in this tournament. England's such a decisive team. They're just so good at these counter-attacking opportunities, and they're so good at holding onto the ball. LR Season shoots across goal. Amin just about recovers in time to get there. Did run slightly across goal, trying to predict it. He did predict it well, but almost knocked it into the back of his net. But a good save from the Tunisian. Huber down this left-hand side. And once again, I think Tunisia just looking to hold on to the ball, wait for the perfect opportunity to open up. Switch of play over towards Lavavetti. LR Season wins the header against the Tunisian centre defensive mid. Not something you see happen too often. I think LR Season probably the smallest player on the England team. Or one of. Probably joint with Hurtis, actually. Ayari with the tackle there once again to dispossess England. The thing about Tunisia, they're willing to go backwards, and I do like to see that. You like to see a team that are willing to go backwards and realise when they are going into a bit of a rut. You know, you don't want to just go forward for the sake of going forward if the opportunities aren't there. But you've got to make the most out of the possession against England. You've got to try and break that defence down, get some attack and runs coming through, try and create some space, pull some players out of position. England's so good at keeping their shape, though, so good at not pulling, not allowing these gaps to open up. And that's why I do feel like until England come up against a team like France or Italy, Portugal, I'm not too sure what the scores are in the other games, but until England come up against one of those teams, I feel like they're always going to struggle. England might just go on to win the whole thing. We'll have to see. Chance here from the free kick. Hurtis straight into the wall. Nice bit of skill from KD7. Finds himself a little bit of space, but Huber, once again, doing his defensive duties. Giving the ball away. The pit ball to Shells. Looks to take on the long shot. Fairly routine save for Amin. Mados now. Hamadou. Mados once again on the ball. Hams. Huber. Chance for Tunisia. HMH with a massive save. Comes across goal. Reads the opportunity. And Ace Scorpion just says, you know what, I have seen enough of this. I'm just going to put it out for a Tunisian corner. Very nice. Well played. Once again, should be another Tunisian corner. It will be. Well defended by England. Whipped in to the middle. Kenny can clear away. KD7. Hurtis. Good run through from LR Season. Shells waiting patiently. And he gets another goal. Got to be one of the top scorers in the tournament. And it's another fantastic goal for England. Shells once again. That man coming out on top. running into the perfect position, but it is all about the pass. It is all about the pass and the run from LRCs, and it's just, once again, beautiful football from England. There were a few question marks coming into today's game. A few changes. But still very well drilled, very in sync, and KD7 just having an absolute field day. The roulette sends the defender to the shops. Who knows where he's going? And then KD7 free to make that finish, and they're celebrating like a team. They're playing like a team. They're playing like one of the best teams we have seen in the pro club scene for a while. 6 goals to 0 now on aggregate scoreline against Tunisia, and there's still over a half to go. There's still the rest of this one, and then the second half. I feel like it's too little too late now for Tunisia. 6 goals is just too much. Jinx with the interception, but gives it away to Hams. Ball played into the middle. Herefield with a very nice clearance away. Carcass plays it out wide to Hamadou. Now Lavavezzi whipping it in. Cleared away by England once again. Kenny with a nice ball forward all the way to Hurtis, who has plenty of space to run into. Nice little outside of the foot cross into the box here. Dookie passes it unselfishly. Shells! Straight into the arms of Amin, who in truth was well positioned, but LR Season taking a ball to the face. It will go out for a goal kick. Imagine that goes in the back of the net. Absolute scenes. But the shot there from Shells maybe could have been a little bit more into the near post. Maybe could have been a little bit a bit more precision. But honestly, well played by Amin. I'm sure England won't care that much. They are 6 goals ahead on aggregate, 3 goals ahead here in this game, and that should be the half-time whistle if the referee has a look at her watch. A Scorpion will cut the ball out. Kenny will regain the ball, and a really big tackle from Huber as we come in at the half-time whistle. England winning 6 goals to 0, and it looks like they will indeed be moving on to the quarterfinals of the VPG World Cup. But there is still one more half to play. England can't switch off. They need to keep their heads in this one. We have seen crazier things happen, but England just don't seem to concede many goals at all. So good defensively, and as you can see, once again, Tunisia are holding the majority of the percentage, getting more passes, making more tackles, but England just intercepting a lot more of those passes. You can see there, 15 interceptions, 78% pass accuracy for Tunisia, 80% for England, so not a crazy amount of disparity in the passing accuracy, but the shot accuracy is something that you cannot turn your nose up. England just so clinical, so good at creating these opportunities to make these goals happen. And you know, we were saying it in, I think it was the first half of the first leg, we were saying, you know, England need to get more of the ball. They don't really, because they're just so good at making these counter-attacks happen. And because they're getting a majority of their opportunities from counter-attacks, KD7, though, wins the ball back, knocks it down. Look for the opportunity to Hurtis. Great pass, unselfish. England just absolutely running rampant here. Checks the watch. What time is it? It's time for England to move on to the quarterfinals. It's an absolute routing of Tunisia, and you know, you'd never like to see a big loss for a team this far into the competition. You never like to see a team go out in this kind of fashion, but you've got to say this is a statement from England. They are really saying, you know, we are going to win this tournament. We are going to be one of the top teams. It's a massive mistake from HMH Gamer, but fortunately the England defence were there to help him out and make sure that Tunisia could not capitalise. Armin, not too sure what happened there, whipped into the area for Shells, and it just goes straight in. It's another goal for Shells. And it's 5 goals for England, 15 minutes, 10 goals a minute we're averaging at the moment. Surely we're not going to keep up with that average. England will want to. They'll want to keep going. But either way, a massive, massive scoreline result for England. And honestly, who is going to be able to beat this team? That's the question. Which team are they going to face in the quarterfinals? Are they going to be able to do what no other team has been able to do so far in the tournament? Because the thing is, this England team is always going to score goals. They're always going to get opportunities. But you need to try and score more than them. That's the thing. You've got to try and outscore England. Hams finds his goal. Tunisia have their goal. That'll be a lot of frustration relieved for Tunisia. They are going to celebrate. They are going to find the back of the net. It is a massive deflection. I think it was going in the back of the net anyway. It must not have been, because it does go down as an own goal. Off a Scorpion of all people. As England play the ball forward. And Amin can safely catch the ball this time. As we look at the scoreline, 5-1. Is there a chance for Tunisia to make a comeback happen? Well, they'd have to score 7 more in order to bring it to level pegging. Lavavezi. Mensah with the interception. Here Dookie plays it down the wing, looking to find LRCs and can't quite do it this time, but a really good interception once again from the England centre attacking midfielder. Huber. Carcass on the ball down this left hand side. Good opportunity for him to whip. What is he doing? What? That is yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. Looks for the Rabona cross, but does not come off at all. The Tunisian players holding their hands up, praying that KD7 offside, but he isn't. Manages to get it to Hurtis. Hamadou can clear the ball away. Tunisia can now look for a counter-attack. There's good run in the middle if Huber can find him. Might look for the cross into the middle. Chooses not to. Chooses to go back into a more central position. Hamadou whips it in from an awkward angle. England might have not have expected it. And here Dookie just gets the ball away, makes sure that Tunisia can't get the ball back in an attacking position. Hamadou to Tua, to Carcass. Hayfield with the block once again. Recovers, gets the ball away, and that's what you want from your captain. Beautiful resilience from the England man. LRC's and KD7 whips it in. Here Dookie off the woodwork. It's a penalty. It's a red card for Hamadou. As if Tunisia's Knights could get any worse. Surely they've got to give it to Shells for the hat-trick. They're not going to. It's Hurtis. He buries it. It's a goal. And I think that might be his hat-trick, actually. Checks his watch again. It's Hurtis time. It is a great, very great game from England. You know, they've just been firing on all cylinders. 6-1, 9-1 on aggregate. 72 minutes into this one, I think Tunisia just want to hold on to the ball. They just want to see it out. You can tell, you know, when you lose by this big a margin, you're just going to be deflated. It's going to be killing your team morale. And as you can see, yeah, I think they're just signalling to England. They just want to hold the ball here. They don't really want to do anything anymore. Passing it all the way back to the goalkeeper from kickoff. Jinx. Jaffour cuts it out. Jinx gets the ball back once again, and England still wanted to attack. They're still wanting more goals here. Shells wins it back. LRC's going to go for that long shot. Hits the woodwork. What an effort that was. That would have been the goal of the tournament. Would have been a banger. We've had some bangers already, to be fair, in England's campaign. Big header from Tua. Mardos wins the ball. Carcass. The Pitbull. Mardos once again. Kenny wins it back. Could be a foul. That should be a foul. Ball bouncing around in the area. Tunisia looking for a chance to get their second goal. Carcass plays it forward to Tuha. And that'll be a goal for Tunisia. A man down. Several goals down. But they find their second goal of the game. Not going to skip the celebrations. Just going to play it out. And that is a second goal for Tunisia here in this game. The most goals England have actually conceded so far in the VPG World Cup. Even though they are winning by such a large amount. Hertist loses possession. Cleared away by the Tunisian defence. Love Jinx throws it forward, well, heads it forward. Huber. Out wide for Mardos. Intercepted by Ace Scorpion once again as England coming very near to the end of this game, which will signal that they will be moving on to the VPG World Cup quarterfinals, where surely in the last 8 teams there's got to be a team that can chance effort over the bar from Hertist. Very optimistic from that man. But moving on to the quarterfinals, yeah, England surely going to come up against a team that will look to give them a tougher game. Tunisia, they looked strong in the first leg. The first half of the first leg, they looked fantastic. But here in this game, it's a really good save from Amin, though. It's a really good save. Green time finished as well. As England look for their special corner. Whipped in. Kenny nods it on. As we reach the regulatory 90 minutes of time. All used up. 2 minutes added on. Is there anything left in this game? Is there a final goal? Potentially, as England do hold on to the ball. Hertist might look to send this long here, telling everybody, get in the box! Get in the box! We're going to make it work. It goes to the fake throw-in, waiting for HMH Gamer to get forward. Throws it long into the box. Amin can claim it, and that will be the full-time whistle being blown. And England will be moving on to the quarterfinals of the VPG World Cup. A fantastic game for them, and commiserations to Tunisia as, well, what can you really say? It's just been a very tough game for them. Coming up against an England team that are just so good at counter-attacking, so good at finding these opportunities to come forward. They're a team that have such an incredible attacking players. And yeah, they've just taken advantage of that. Tunisia, unfortunately, do get knocked out of the VPG World Cup. But England will move on to that quarterfinal. And, well, it depends who they are going to come up against. But they are going to come up against a very big team, as there really are only big teams left in this tournament. So we will have to wait and see what the draw does indeed hold for us. But another fantastic game for England. Ended up winning, I think it was 9-2 on aggregate. So another massive, massive win for England as they move on. And, you know, where can they go from here? They're hoping they can go all the way to the final, but we will indeed have to see, as that is all we have time for this evening. Another fantastic result for England. And, yeah, another fantastic game to watch for you people at home. My name has been George Overton. Hopefully you did enjoy it. See you same time, same time next week, same place for the never game of the VPG World Cup. England move on to the quarterfinal, and we'll see you guys next week for another fantastic match. But we'll see you then. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Have a lovely week, and we'll see you all soon.
Shem really killed this one, bruh.